This here's from Metal Hammer, who's a publication that covers metal music, but they also cover dramas that go on, of course, with the musicians, and they've been overly negative about Marilyn Manson for a long time. I gotta look down on that because I think, if anything, if you're a music magazine, you should defend the artist until there's actual proof or evidence. So obviously, this will probably be negative. Once again, our justice system has failed survivors. Game of Thrones actress Esme Bianco speaks out as news breaks that Marilyn Manson will not face criminal charges in relation to allegations of not safe work assault and DV. And why should he if there's no proof? He shouldn't. So, what can you say? Looks like the justice system worked. LA District Attorney Nathan Hodgman stated today, January 24th, that the not safe work assault charges against the singer could not be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. And that's what I've been saying for years and years. People like Colonel Kurtz has been saying for years and years. Marilyn Manson Uncanceled has been saying for years and years. And not only that, providing quite a few receipts along the way. Allegations were made by more than a dozen women, and the theory goes, the more accusers, the more probability you have of evidence. So the more accusers and the less evidence you have, the more fake it is. Hypothetically, if you had 100 accusers, someone must have some kind of evidence, and if not, that's strange. Scale it up. If you had 1,000 people saying he did this, a knee-jerk reaction is, wow, they can't all be lying. But wait, if 1,000 people come forward with zero evidence, well, that's actually strange, because anyone can just say he did it, but not just anyone can produce evidence. That's not to say it's 100% false if there is no evidence, but the fact is, if we don't have evidence, there's no way to tell. And they have the statement from the attorney. I read this about a day or two ago, where he said that he applauded the women who came out because of their courage and that they're survivors. And I think he had to. It probably wouldn't look so nice if he was like, well, sorry ladies, no evidence. Try again next time. He had to make some kind of a fluffy, oh, sorry, we can't do anything about it statement. So I don't take it seriously. I'm not going to hold it against him. And they got a quote from Manson's lawyer. We are very pleased that after a thorough and incredibly lengthy review of all the actual evidence, the DA has concluded what we knew and expressed from the start, and what many, many other people knew and expressed from the start. But I guess that was just a smear campaign against Evan Rachel Wood and the rest of them. And they quote Esme Bianco here from her Instagram. She says, within our toxic culture of victim blaming, a lack of understanding and coercive control, the complex nature of not safe work assault within intimate partnerships, the statutes of limitation that do not support the realities of healing, prosecutions face an oftentimes insurmountable hurdle. And that hurdle is, I'll meet you halfway, not having evidence and proof. And that is a hurdle that no one can solve. We can't create a society where someone says about someone else, usually a woman says about a man, he abused me, he did this, he did a DV, just believe me and punish him. If that were the case, then anybody can just point the finger, kind of look honest or seem honest or cry, and then put someone in jail at worst, or they face big financial consequences or career consequences. And all the person had to do was say, he did this to me. That wouldn't work. Once again, our justice system has failed survivors, not the individual prosecutors and detectives who worked for years in this case, but the system that made them do so with one hand tied behind their collective backs. Okay, well, if they found evidence and they had the proof, then they could untie that hand pretty fast. But apparently, they didn't. We can't have a society where somebody can just say, he did it, he abused me, or I felt uncomfortable, so put him in jail, or make him pay up financially, or hurt his career. If we did, then anyone can just say anything about anyone, and that person faces consequences. And to be straightforward, usually it's a woman saying it about a man. I can't actually think of one case where a man was at work or something and said, oh, she abused me, or she said this, I was uncomfortable, we got to sue her, We got to get her out of the acting role. It generally goes one way as far as I'm seeing. Maybe someone could correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how it seems the facts line up. 7 years ago, when I faced for the first time with that failure, it set me on a journey of advocacy and activism, but with that came a very clear directive. My healing and peace could not be reliant upon the outcome of a desperately broken system that requires proof and evidence to punish somebody fully because he already got punished for doing nothing pretty much. I mean, thankfully, Marilyn Manson bounced back. He's doing pretty good now. And he's no stranger to this kind of thing, to be honest. However, you already put the guy through hell. And then Bianco also addressed Manson directly because she's so important and she's got to do this. By you dragging me through hell, I discovered the unstoppable force of my own power. Great! I learned how strong and brave and bold I really am. I emerged as a phoenix from the ashes that you left of my life. Ah, brilliant. Bravo. You also know the truth, and may you endeavor to find peace with that, of course. You know the truth, so that means what I'm saying must be true, and now everyone's going to know it's true because I'm standing here so strong, and I know you did it. And in the end, she says basically, she didn't think she'd ever settle in a million years, but since she got threats, was bullied and harassed, she settled. Of course. But I thought she was like this strong phoenix, bold and unstoppable. I guess the bullying and the harassment, and she left out the trolls, got to her. So she wasn't actually unstoppable or a phoenix. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. Doing pop culture, entertainment, things like that. All things Johnny Depp, Blake Lively, Megan, whatever comes up. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.